Hey guys, Jason and Ninja.
Hello.
Today we're treating TMJ, so jaw pain. If you're struggling with jaw pain, this is what we're going to do for it. So TMJ can be quite common among people, particularly if you like clenching your jaw when you're sleeping, or people that have a lot of stress. A lot of these neck muscles come up and attach at the back of the skull here, and they can have an impact on how the jaw's functioning. So I actually like to start treating the neck and release a lot of tension from there, because as you can see, Ninja's a great demonstration for this one. You can see this big, thick SCM muscle, but then we've also got deeper neck muscles back here as well, which can also refer into the jaw itself. So we're just going to start with a nice broad fingertip there. So if you are new to our channel, remember to like and subscribe so you can get more treatment content. So if you're struggling with pain and dysfunction, we've got thousands of videos. We also do exercise rehabilitation, strength and conditioning. So yeah, jump on and give us a subscribe and a follow, and yeah, join us for more health tips. We also have some fun videos out there as well. But yeah, today we're just focusing on TMJ and neck pain. So yeah, we're starting up here, just doing some broad strokes. You can see Ninja's already struggling a little bit into there. So I can just rotate his head just so he's nice and neutral there. And I'm just feeling for any sort of tight spots. We're sort of pushing into the side of the neck here. So this is where some of those muscles attach onto the transverse processes of the spine, which are coming out to the side. So you can get some pretty nasty sort of build-ups and tight spots in there that we want to release off. So yeah, typically people that are working at a desk or have repeat postures, they might be tight through this part of the neck. They might have that sort of forward head shift where they're like this when they're sitting down. So we want to actually release these muscles off and start to create some flow and some length at the back of the neck here. So yeah, you might be noticing pain either when you are like wake up in the morning, or some people feel it when they're sort of chewing, and if they're when they're eating and that sort of thing, they might get some clicking or some pain. So just starting there. How are you feeling in there, Ninj?
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's been uncomfortable, but going through it.
Going through it. So just working down that line all the way out. And we can actually start to get into this SCM a bit more. Ninja's got a great one to just grab and just pinch. So not everyone's this prominent, so if you can't see this muscle on yourself, don't worry, don't feel ashamed next to Ninja's big neck. He's one of a kind, isn't he?
Yeah.
So just hold. There can be some nasty trigger points. Are you getting any referral there, Ninja? No, just localized?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can just hold it that way, or we can actually do some work coming down it. So start up here, and we're going to follow that line of that SCM. And we're just getting feedback whether there's any referral pain up into the jaw, into the head. Sometimes you can get up around the temple. So all this can be linked with TMJ pain and dysfunction.
Good, solid.
You might have also suffered like a whiplashing type effect. So you might have, got some tension through the back of the neck here, which can throw off how your jaw and everything's functioning around there. But yeah, releasing and working through all these muscles can have a big impact. And just working within your pain threshold of what you can handle as a good therapeutic pain. Once we've done a few broad ones, we can start to actually get a bit more specific, get the thumb, so I'm hooking up under there, so sort of angling up under the skull. And then we can start to almost do a scoop. Oh, I can feel some good stuff in Ninja. We can start to move the neck and head around a little bit. That's pretty nasty, Ninja.
Yeah, it's all right though, because it's slow. Even though it's painful in the area, it can tolerate it and handle it.
Yeah.
It's so slow.
That's the key as a practitioner, is just going with the rate that the client is allowing, and if you are receiving this, we're just going at your pace. So we're not pushing in and moving really fast. We're just staying. You can see, like, even just being in this spot here, I've only just moved a little bit in the time that we've started this stroke. It's just allowing Ninja to let that treatment get to the depth that it needs to. if I'm trying to force and really get through that really fast, then you're going to guard and protect against that, and we're not going to get the desired result.
It's good. You really feel it getting in there.
Yeah.
That bone level.
Yeah, each time we're just slowly trying to sink to that next layer. So with this treatment, we're trying to find where those blocks are. So the first time we're getting to that layer of resistance, and then the next time we're trying to get deeper and deeper and deeper. So now I can actually get in a little bit further and open that area up. I can even start to move his head into a bit of flexion so that we're starting to open up the space at the back there. And then start to move around. We're just trying to let Ninja relax as much as possible, so it's a bit of a passive movement here. And we can just explore different lines as we're going down the neck, so we can come more through the front here. Oh, it feels like there's a little bit in there. How's that spot feeling, Ninja?
Yep, that's good. Therapeutic.
That's what we're after. So yeah, by releasing all this will help to take some tension out of that, the attachments to the skull, but also the jaw as well. And then we can do a bit of a more superficial one coming through like his scalenes here. So yeah, we don't want to go too deep through the scalenes because there's a lot of sort of superficial nerves that run through there. So if you go too hard in there, you can sometimes irritate some of those. So you'll get some sensations down the arm. So we just want to stay quite broad, but it's such an important muscle group to work and release. Working down there. And then what we can do now, we can actually move up into the jaw. So we can spend longer on that depending on what we find. Then we're just going to slowly, so we want to support the opposite side so that I'm not just pushing his jaw out one way. So cradle here, so he feels nice and supported. I can wrap my hand just and support the head. And then here we're just sort of exploring around that TMJ. So you can feel right there. We can also get Ninja just to slowly open his mouth a little bit. Or you can feel a bit of a click. There we go. And then we'll just get him to relax there and just hold. So these can be pretty nasty. They can refer some sort of headache type symptoms up into around the eye and the temple region. I myself, I struggle with getting this treatment. Sometimes it brings a bit of a tear to the eye. It can be pretty intense getting this sort of work done. If you think how much time and effort goes into using your jaw. So it's a pretty important area of the body. And the masseter, the jaw muscle itself, I'm pretty sure pound for pound it's the strongest in the human body. So we'll go with that anyway. Ninja's anatomy, you back me up with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Spot on. Ninja gives it the tick.
Yeah.
So we're just pinning and slowly working down that line of the masseter. And we can change our angle, we can come more in here. There's normally a little nasty spot there. And then let's just get you to slowly open the jaw there again, Ninja. So this one we can sort of pin up. Oh, as he's slowly opening there. Yeah. And relax. What we might do actually, we might even do two at one side. So this way we know we're going to have even pressures. And then just slowly open their Ninja. Yeah, that feels a bit better. Not as much of a click when we're pushing both sides. And this way we can sort of pin in and pull up. How's it feel doing that?
Yeah, good, man.
Nice, and just relaxing there again. Yeah. And then it's just all exploring around there, finding those points that are the most sore, most painful, most bang for buck. All right, we can also work up into these muscles here, the temple. So these can also have an impact if you're really tensing through your head here. Like if you're looking at the screen all of the day, you might not even notice that these muscles are getting tight. You might not even realize that you can treat these muscles on the head. But yeah, this can feel really good if you are getting headaches. Yes, there can be a lot of referral from the neck, but sometimes actually releasing these muscles themselves. Slowly working through there. All right, once we've explored that, let's get Ninja to roll over. We'll do a little bit through the back of the neck as well, and then we'll wrap it up. So we're doing a bit of a fast-tracked version. Obviously, we'd spend a full amount of time on these areas, but for the video's sake, we just want to give you the best shots. So this is another important one. Under here, the suboccipitals, base of the skull. Let me get that pillow out of the way. There we go. And so we're just pinning up under that skull. This one can feel really good, particularly if you're locked at the back of the neck. You've got that forward head posture. How are you feeling up there, Ninj?
Bit in there.
Bit in that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Any referral into the head for that one?
No, it's local, yeah. You just know it's good. It's
a good therapeutic one, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
We're just trying to angle our pressure up under there. So my angle of my thumb's coming out Ninja's top of his head. Or we can change and we can angle more through this way. So now we're sort of spearing in that way. So we want to try and find what angle hits it the best. And once we have, we can actually start to scoop it away. So if you come in a bit closer here, Leo, so we're angling up. And now we're going to start to scoop down the neck there. So we're trying to clear that out. And again, keeping our pressure in towards the spine in there. So we're getting those deep attachments onto those transverse processes. But this one just feels like it's lengthening your neck. After you get this one, people stand up and they go, oh, I feel like there's so much more length in my neck and shoulder region. So much tension released away from that area.
Yeah, amazing.
And we'll do one more. So we can work all the way around. So coming around a bit further. So same thing, start right in close. And imagine I'm just tracing my way around. We can get almost like to that base of that ear. And this is the one where we're hitting when Ninja was on his back. But this can just be a different angle. I can get more pressure angling up under. And then from there, now we can scoop it. So we're a little bit wider than I was just before. And again, slow. We're not doing these real fast strokes through the neck. We want it to be a therapeutic pain. We don't just want to cause pain for the sake of it, to be like, oh, I'm a practitioner that can go deep and I can make people sore, and that's not the goal. That's not the aim of the game. The aim of the game is to decrease people's pain. Yes, sometimes the treatment is uncomfortable to get, but you don't want them walking away feeling like, oh, that was the worst thing I've ever had because I couldn't bear it the whole time. Like, sometimes you've got to go into that uncomfortable pain, but you don't want the whole session being uncomfortable because your treatments, you're basing your treatment off how brutal you are.
Yeah.
All right, guys, there it is. There's a bit of a snapshot. So if you're struggling with TMJ, jaw pain, yeah, explore around the neck, get some treatment there, but also working into that masseter in the jaw. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Done.